Listen up, Birds fans, this is not a drill, and we need to talk about what could be the most electrifying move in Philadelphia Eagles history, because the rumors are absolutely exploding right now, and Howie Roseman might be about to pull off the heist of the century. We're talking about Myles Garrett, the absolute monster of a pass rusher, potentially coming to the city of brotherly love, and I cannot contain my excitement about what this could mean for our beloved Eagles as we're staring down a legitimate Super Bowl run. The NFL trade deadline is breathing down our necks, and Howie is doing what Howie does best. He's hunting, he's scheming, and he's ready to go all in on this championship window. Yahoo Sports' Charles Robinson just dropped a bomb that has the entire Eagles nation buzzing. Roseman and the front office are reportedly super hot after Myles Garrett, and they're willing to give up 3 first-round picks to make it happen. Yeah, you read that right. 3 firsts for arguably the most dominant defensive player in the entire league right now. Let's talk about why this is absolutely happening at the perfect time. Garrett just had one of the most insane individual performances we've ever seen against the Patriots, recording 5 sacks in a single game. 5. The dude was an absolute wrecking ball, completely unstoppable, a one-man demolition crew out there. But here's the kicker. The Browns still lost by 19 points. That's right, Garrett put up a historic performance, and his team still got blown out. In fact, this was the first time in NFL history that a player recorded 5 sacks, while their team lost by more than 3 points. That tells you everything you need to know about the situation in Cleveland, and why Garrett is reportedly frustrated beyond belief with his team's inability to compete, despite his superhuman efforts. The Browns are a complete disaster right now, and Garrett knows it. He's visibly distanced from the organization, clearly fed up with losing despite putting up Hall of Fame numbers week after week. This is exactly the type of situation that creates blockbuster trades, and the Eagles are positioned perfectly to swoop in and give this generational talent exactly what he deserves: a legitimate shot at a championship with a team that's built to win now. Can you even imagine what our defensive line would look like with Myles Garrett lining up opposite Jalen Carter? We're talking about an absolute nightmare scenario for every quarterback in the league. Carter is already developing into one of the most disruptive interior forces in football, and now you're adding arguably the premier edge rusher in the entire NFL? Offensive coordinators would be having panic attacks just drawing up game plans against us. This would instantly transform our defense from great to absolutely unstoppable, elite, generational. We'd be talking about a defense that could legitimately carry us through the playoffs and straight to another Lombardi trophy. The genius of this potential move is that it addresses our biggest area of concern, generating consistent pressure off the edge. While our defense has been solid, we haven't had that elite game wrecker who can single-handedly take over games when we need it most. Garrett is that guy. He's a 3-time first-team All-Pro, the 2023 Defensive Player of the Year, and he's been the most feared pass rusher in football for years now. This isn't some project player or a gamble on potential. This is a proven, certified, lock-it-up Hall of Fame talent in his absolute prime. Let's be real about what this trade would mean for our Super Bowl chances. Right now, we're already one of the best teams in the NFC, battling with the usual suspects for conference supremacy. But adding Myles Garrett, that would make us the overwhelming favorites, not just in the NFC, but potentially for the entire championship. Think about the playoffs when games slow down and become battles in the trenches. Having Garrett hunting quarterbacks in crucial third-down situations would be an absolute game changer. We saw what an elite pass rush did for us in previous playoff runs, and Garrett would take that to an entirely different stratosphere. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Yes, 3 first-round picks is a massive, massive price to pay. That would leave us without a first-round selection all the way through 2029. That's a significant chunk of our future draft capital walking out the door. But here's why I'm absolutely convinced this is still the right move, and why we shouldn't hesitate for even a second. Championship windows don't stay open forever, and when you have a legitimate shot at winning it all, you take it without blinking. Howie Roseman has proven time and time again that he's a master at navigating difficult situations. The man is an absolute wizard when it comes to salary cap management and finding value in the later rounds of the draft. Just look at the recent track record. Cooper DeJean, Jalex Hunt, Andrew Mukuba, Tyler Steen, Tanner McKee, and Moro Ojomo were all drafted outside the first round in just the last 3 years. These guys are contributing at high levels, and several look like future stars. Howie knows how to build through all 7 rounds of the draft, not just the first one. The financial situation would definitely be complex with Garrett's massive contract added to our already significant commitments. But again, this is Howie we're talking about. The man has restructured deals, found creative solutions, and kept this team competitive through every scenario imaginable. If anyone can make the numbers work while keeping our championship core intact, it's him. We've seen him pull off financial magic before, and there's zero reason to doubt he can do it again. The Michael Carter trade earlier this week shows that the front office is actively working to improve this roster right now. Trading with the Jets to bring in a solid slot corner gives us more flexibility in the secondary and allows Cooper DeJean to potentially move outside if needed. That's the kind of strategic depth move that championship teams make. But Garrett would be the crown jewel, the move that transforms us from contenders to prohibitive favorites. Jordan Schultz is reporting that the Eagles are in on everything right now, which tells you exactly what the mindset is in the NovaCare complex. This isn't a front office content to sit back and hope things work out. They're aggressively pursuing every avenue to upgrade this roster before Tuesday's deadline. That aggressive mentality is exactly what you want to see when you're in win-now mode. We have Jalen Hurts playing at an elite level. We have playmakers all over the field, and our defense is already strong. Adding Garrett would be the final piece that puts us over the top. Some people might point to the Browns being unlikely to actually trade Garrett. And sure, that's a legitimate concern. Cleveland would be admitting complete defeat on their season, and probably their entire organizational direction. But here's the thing. If they're smart, they should absolutely trade him. Get maximum value for an elite player while you can, rather than watching him waste away on a losing team. And if they do make him available, the Eagles need to be first in line with the best offer possible. No hesitation, no second guessing. This is the type of move that defines franchises and creates dynasties. We're not talking about a minor upgrade or a depth piece. We're talking about adding a generational talent who could be the difference between another playoff disappointment and multiple championships. The clock is ticking. The deadline is November 4th. And Eagles fans everywhere need to be ready for what could be the most exciting trade in franchise history. Howie has never been afraid to make the big move, and this would be his masterpiece. Trust the process, trust Howie, and get ready to watch Myles Garrett in midnight green absolutely terrorizing quarterbacks on his way to Super Bowl glory. Fly, Eagles, fly. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, smash that like button, and drop your answer in the comments below. Do you think the Eagles should trade 3 first-round picks for Myles Garrett? A. Absolutely. Go all in for the championship. B. Too expensive. Keep the draft picks and build for the future.